The Director General of Agricultural Production says this exceptional measure will help increase the production of field crops, which is likely to reduce grain imports and strengthen food security in Tunisia amid the current grain supply crisis.
The Russia-Ukraine crisis has impacted grain prices. The government decided for the first time to increase tariffs to encourage local farmers. The rice could go up to 50%. It's vital and strategic to produce more grain quantities to feed the population and to achieve our objective of food security in Tunisia.
Over the last few years, severe drought and wildfires destroyed the harvest and ravaged agricultural land in some regions of Tunisia. But following this year's rainy season, the National Grain Office is expecting an exceptional harvest. The Agriculture Department took several measures to protect crop yields.
The Agriculture Department is ready for the bumper crop this season. We need to reduce the quantities of grain loss during the harvest. All ministries are also determined to limit the number of wildfires which hit wheat and durum yields.
The Tunisian Union of Agriculture and Fisheries represents all farmers and agricultural workers in the North African country. The union experts explain that as grain prices soar on the international market, Tunisia could face a supply shortage because it is highly dependent on grain imports from Ukraine and Russia.
Tunisian farmers welcome the state's decision to increase the price of local grain purchase, but we are worried about the global crisis. The cost of production and import of grain will continue to rise as demand goes up. Importing grain could become impossible for Tunisia. That's why we need to offer incentives to farmers to produce more grains and to reduce our imports.
According to the World Bank, more than 70% of Tunisian soft wheat imports come from Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine is also the country's main supplier of corn and barley. The crisis in Ukraine has disrupted grain and oilseed supply chains and increased food prices in the North African country. The Agriculture Department aims to increase the country's strategic stock in fertilizers, as the current global crisis could have an impact on production and supply. Tunisia will import 50,000 tons of fertilizers from Russia this season. Adnen Chaouachi, CGTN, Tunis.